Hello, bonjour, and good day, and welcome to the House of Freeman. Today, I'm going to teach you how I do my entire drag base. So starting off, we have the brows completely covered. If you want to see how I do this, I will leave a link in the cards up above to my brow covering tutorial. Let's start with priming the face. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is quite a wet consistency, and we're just going to rub this all over the places where we haven't got the brow cover. Now we've applied the primer, I've also applied a headband just to keep the hair out of my face so that we don't get little bits of hair in the foundation and then we have to pull them out and it's just a whole mess. Don't do that, don't do that. Put a headband on, get it out the way first. I am going to take some of this e.l.f. color corrector and I'm going to apply this on my mustache and my beard area. I don't have much facial hair because of the laser hair removal, but anything that I do have left, I do want to color correct because it does peek through the foundation sometimes, and that's not what we're going for. Cool. Saturate that whole area. Look absolutely crazy. I'm gonna take the Real Techniques sponge thing that I have and just pounce that on just to blend in the edges. Cool. Now that that's done, I'm going to flip this thing over, grab the powder side, and I'm going to go in with some loose setting powder. I use, this is quite new to me actually, I use the Kimchi Chic Puff Puff Pass powder. Just take a little bit on the top of this and just gently pat it onto the area that we've done the color correcting. Don't need masses of it. You just need to put a barrier between this color corrector and the foundation that you're going to put down. Otherwise, the colors are going to mix and that is not going to be what you want. Quick, simple, and done. Lovely. Let's take some foundation now. I use the M.A.C Studio Fix Fluid. A couple of pumps on the back of the hand, a beauty blender or a makeup sponge, whichever one you want, and then just start pouncing this onto the skin. Connect it with your brow cover just so that everything is cohesive and seamless. And when it comes to the nose, make sure you've gone right in this little crevice here, because some people do forget that the foundation won't push all the way in. So you have to really kind of like pull it to the side and get all up in there, girl. And there we go. You should have a complexion that is quite even all the way. Oh, my sponge. She ran away. I do apologize about that. Let's just make sure that all of it is completely blended in. Let's zoom you in just a tad. All of it is completely blended in and you have made sure that there's little to no creasing around your face. because that's what we want before we've set it with powder. Next, let's take a bit of cream contour. I'm going to take the Revolution Fast Base Stick. This is in the shade F11. And I'm just going to gently pop it down here, just under the cheekbone. And I'm going to grab quite a small brush. This is the Real Techniques buffing brush. And I'm just going to pinch this to lay it down a little bit flatter. And then I'm just going to gently pounce this on top. So here is my cheekbone, and you can kind of feel yourself blending up and over that. I don't like to go past this line here, because then if I look forward, sometimes it creates this kind of line here, and I don't like that. I think that doesn't look very nice on my face shape. So I like to keep it quite concentrated out here. Blend it up here, blend it onto the temples, and just see how far you can stretch that product. Once you've got a nice blend there, as you can see, that gives a nice shadow there actually. We are going to take the base stick again, go into the middle, and just over here, because you can blend this product, you guessed it, up, and we are creating the famous drag beige rainbow. Do you see? So this is what the face looks like for me. I just do a little C. Don't worry about some texture you might see here, because you are going to cover that with eyeshadow and eyebrows. Well, I am anyway, with the face shape that I do. Okay, and you're just going to repeat this step on the other side. Okay, now you've covered the face in your contour, you want to take your concealer for your highlight. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. Camo concealer, this one. I think it's in the shade Fair Rose. And we are just going to take a little bit under the eyes here, like so. And we're going to grab the Real Techniques contour brush. It's kind of this bulbous looking brush. And we're just going to tap this into the eye area. When you're blending something under your eyes, make sure that you are looking up, because that will naturally pull the skin upwards and reveal parts that you might not see when you're just blending it like this. So I like to keep this just on the outer part of my eye, and then I will gently tap this down. Let's do the same on the other side. Nice. We are going to take some more concealer just on the top of the lip here, and we're going to blend that across, and then we're going to connect it up here so that you've got your little triangle. Okay, now that is all blended, we are going to take the concealer one last time, and we're going to put a nice big circle in the middle of the brow. We're going to take the same brush and then just pat it on the middle, and then gently go in circles and slowly get bigger and bigger with the circle that you're creating, because that will take the product and it will disperse it, and it will blend it nice and evenly with the contour that you've just put down. And you want to get it to a point where this line here is kind of drawn, on this side as well. So on my face, I kind of like to create a little diamond with the products that I use. If you feel like you just need to do a little bit more blending, you can take the beauty blender that you used with your foundation and just go over the connecting bits and really blur out the lines. Cool. I would say that looks lovely. Right, time to set it all down and move on to powders. To set it down, I'm going to use the Kimchi Puff Puff Pass translucent powder. I am not going to take this huge powder puff that it comes with, but you can if you so wish. I like to do it in a more targeted approach. So I'm going to take this Real Techniques puff, just grab some of the product from the top until you've got a nice kind of top bit, and just gently press this into the skin, very gently. And kind of sparsely, because my skin is combination, so I do get a little bit oily in the T-zone, but I also get quite dry after a while, so I don't want to oversaturate my face with this powder. We just want to give it a light dusting. And then we are going to go in with powders. So for my powders, I use a selection. Do not judge me for this palette, please. It's just gone through the ringer. So we're going to take some of this white pressed powder here on a little powder puff. Saturate the tip of that with the powder, and then we're just going to go right into the corner of the eye here and place it like that, and then just gently blend it out where you put your highlight, like so. Again, saturate, place it under the eye, push it in, hold it for a little bit, and then gently blend it out. Just on the top lip, and in the center of the forehead, again doing the same thing, little circle, and then blending it out. Hello, Spike. Hello, Oz. My two cats have just walked in. Hello, babies. This is Spike. My little baby. Little ginger boy. Look at him. What a beauty. He doesn't look best impressed, does he? Baby. Cool. And now we are going to take a fluffy brush and just dust off the excess. That's the highlight powder. Now I'm going to take my Real Techniques powder brush, which is this big old monster, and I'm going to go into my contour here. This is the last remaining remnants of a KVD Beauty contour palette. Just saturate the brush, tap off the excess, and now I like to go in really light circular motions, blending up on the cheek contour here. And then once we get to here, I just like to pat all the way around, blending that highlight line and the contour line, just to get it seamless again. Don't worry about going into your hairline, because you want that completely blended up. And again, blending up on the other side. I have only gone into this product once, just so that we don't oversaturate it at the beginning. And then I have a towel on my lap and I just brush off the excess powder. And I go back in and I just blend, blend, blend. Top up the powder. And make it a little darker towards the back of the contour. For blush, recently I've really been liking this Haus Labs blush in the shade Watermelon Bliss. Look at that colour. Oh, I'm just going to take it on a Real Techniques blush brush, which looks like this. Tap the product quite a lot until we've got the brush completely saturated, as you can see, and then wipe off a little bit on the towel very gently, just here where the highlight and the contour meet. I like to dab it along that line and bring it up, and then I will start doing circular motions. Ooh, 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 ooh. I love quite a pronounced blush. So if you're looking at me and going, geez, that's quite a lot. Because I think that you've got all this stark white on your face and you don't want to look completely like desaturated. You want to put some color back into the face. And then I'm just going to gently put some on the forehead here, because I find that it really helps to kind of marry all of the face together. Don't go over the top, Dana, don't go over the top. And then just a touch on the tip of the nose. The tiniest little bit, like you can barely feel it from the brush, and then down the bridge of the nose, just a tad, like that. Ooh, love that. Love, love, love all of that. Fluffy brush again, and just blend that blush in a little bit, just so that you don't look so crazy, because I do admit this is a lot of product. That is it. Then I will take some MAC Fix Plus. Absolutely drench the face. I'm doing this because I want to run this bottle out, because I do have a new one. Then I'm going to grab a fan and we're just going to help all of that dry. Okay, and now that everything is dry, the skin is looking actually really nice and soft. We are just going to go in with a little bit of highlight. So let me find my little highlight brush. Here it is. So for highlight, I just use a Bdellium Tools, oh, these are a little bit dirty, 785 brush, which is just kind of a tapered eyeshadow brush there. And I go in with a Oden's Eye Solmane Moonlight Feel Highlighter in Pink Star. It looks green in the palette, but it's got pink reflex. So I'm just gonna chuck that here on the high point. And I feel that this highlighter, oh yes, this highlighter really complements the blush that we've got from Haus Labs. Oh my lord, look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We do a little bit in the center of the forehead, because I'm crazy like that. And then a little bit just on the brow bone. We are going to go back in with this. Oh my goodness. When we've put the eyebrows on and we've finished the eyeshadow, just to give it a little pop of color. But I'm just going to show you, for tutorial purposes, where I place it today. And then I'm just going to take a little tiny bit on the tip of the nose. Make that shiny. Oh, yes. And then down the bridge here. Do you see that lovely line? And then let's go here in the Cupid's bow as well. Even though we are going to put lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss on, I just want to show you where you should highlight. That skin looks so gorgeous. So gorgeous. The normal fluffy brush. Pop it over the top. Blend everything in. Just so that it's seamless. Can I go any further in? Yes, I can. Look at that skin base. Oh my god. It looks so gorgeous. Beauty blender. Tap out everything just to make sure everything is as blended as possible. And then, you guessed it, a little bit of Fix Plus. And there you have it. That is my full skin-based routine for my drag looks. We covered foundation, we covered contour, highlight, setting, powders, and powder highlight as well on the top. I think it looks really good. Now that you've learned how I do my face base, you can now go onto any of my videos and replicate the eye look that I've done in one of those, and yeah, have fun. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do like the video if you found it helpful. Share it with your friends. Share it with anybody who needs help with a little bit of drag makeup. And do subscribe. Do subscribe to the Haus of Freeman. We would love to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care and stay tuned.